Good morning, everyone. Well, today I'm making a baby card and I'm going to be using the fancy cards from Mintay that I got in my Happy Mail. I also am going to be using the Basic Book 11 backgrounds, and this one is the one called Bokeh. It looks like, blurry lights. And I'm using the pink color, or it's kind of gray. There's a little bit of purple and pink. So I'm going to be using that. And I'm also going to be using the baby girl book. And this is adorable. If you haven't seen it, I just love it. It has kind of a vintage feel, but everything in here is just adorable. So anyway, I'm using those things. So I've creased my card, but I had it overlap so that this part of the card would not show on the other side. And so it's like when I did that, I thought, oh my gosh, I gotta find an envelope. So I did find an envelope that this would fit into, and it's even a little bigger. So I might let some of the things overlap a little bit because I like that. Okay, and when I cut this, I traced around it at the top because that's where most of the pink was. So I do have this plasticky stuff here. So I'm gonna see if I can pull that off real quick because while I was getting it, when I was planning it, I didn't even think about that being there, but it is. Yeah, that's the worst part about it being in a book. You have to deal with all that stuff. Okay, whatever I can't get off now, I should be able to get off later. There. Oh, now I'm throwing my little pink buttons everywhere. Okay, here's the other side. That's really pretty too. Okay, so I'm gonna, since it's a card, I'm gonna tape it down a little extra. And then I'll be putting some glue where I didn't get that all taped. And so I traced around it and then I cut it. And then I realized I'd be better off. I started cutting it when I was standing up and it's like, whoa, that's not too good. So I think I need to start at the top, because I think I might have cut this a little bit short. Let's see. Yep, so I might have to run my scissors around that a little bit because I couldn't do that up here. Okay, so I might have to trim it up a little bit more. Or I might just run a little bit of pink, maybe around the edge with some ink. Okay, because I was thinking about inking the whole thing. Maybe I should go get that and do it now. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and yes, I definitely like that. So I'm just going to go over that. That way I don't have to trim it, and I like how it looks. It kind of pulls in more of this color. It's a good color for it. I'm using that sponge sugar. Right? Yes, because it's kind of light, but it looks just right with this. Yep, that's lovely. Okay, and then I got my little things to keep my sponges in that Alex helped me with, so I could find everything really easy. Love that. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is right here on every scallop, I'm gonna put a pink button. And actually this idea, let me see if I can find, well, actually I'd probably find it here easier. Okay, they've got this bottle here, and it looks like there's a little tiny scallop there, or lace. You know, it's a baby bottle, but it's got like these little tiny dots here on the side. Now, I've never seen a bottle like that, but I like the little scallop idea, and I thought, oh, I could do that with buttons. So sometimes you get ideas from your embellishments. So I'm gonna put a little glue on each one. And usually this is enough, but if it's not, I will use some E6000. So now I've got a little button on every little scallop. It's like, I think that looks so cute already. Okay, now these other things, I'm gonna have to layer them, so that's where all the, the tricks come in, which I have no tricks. I just have to try to plan it out a little. Okay, I've got this little frame. I've got a floral from, it's one of the floral books, and I think it might have been 8. And then I've got a cupcake. These are all from the baby girl. And this was from, it was like a half page that was free. So I have that. So I'm gonna think this has to be about like this. And since I have that extra room in my envelope, I'm gonna let some of it overlap the edges because I love that. And this is going to be about here, and I'm going to stick this camera in here and let that overlap a little too. And I want this cupcake over here. I got to kind of replan it to make sure that everything fits. Just because everything is going to have to kind of go in little by little. Okay, so I think that's about where I want it. So I'm going to remember that I have to stick this here and that up there. Now would be a good time to have a pencil mark, right? Okay, I'm just going to make a little pencil mark here and here. And remember that goes between the two. And then I'll tape it first, and then I'll stick in some glue after. So I'm going to stick that up there. Okay. And then I have this little guy. It's going to be almost to the edge because I want this cupcake here. I thought, you know, at the shower, everybody will have some kind of cake, I'm sure. Okay, and are my enamel dots here? Yes, they are. Not enamel dots. My dimensionals, okay. I want some of those for the bear. Okay, so that's gonna go here, and I'm gonna have to put this in ahead. And I want this tucked in there too. I thought, you know, baby's gonna have a lot of pictures taken of it. So I'm gonna stick that in here. The camera in a frame. So I think that's probably good there. And then this down in here. And I'm gonna let that overlap a little bit too. Okay. I think that's all this place I need. So I'll put some glue on here now. I've got a lot going on this card, but it's like I kept thinking, oh, this would be cute, this would be cute. Oh, I just moved a button. I think one of our neighbors is hammering. Oh, no wonder this one's upside down. And the back is flat and the top is, you know, kind of recessed. Okay. And then I want these balloons sticking up here. And I am going to put a little bit of glue down on the area that looks like strings. Okay, and as long as I have these up where it's almost to the top, it should be fine. Okay, and I know this is going to have, the bear is going to hold a lot down. Okay. Let's see, what do I do with my dimensionals? I'm looking all around except for where they're at. Okay. I don't know why that's an issue with me. Okay. I think that should do it. It looks cute already. I just thought I wanted a little bit of flowers there, and so I thought the flowers and then the cupcake in front would be good. Okay, I think that's about where I want that little bear. Okay, and then I took a branding strip that said baby girl from, I think, Echo Park. So I'm going to use that. And let's see, do I want those dimensional too? Or I think I'm just going to tuck them in. So I'm going to tuck one in here. Kind of tuck it in, but where you can still see that it says baby. And then I've got girl here. So it did say baby girl in one, you know, one little strip, but I cut it apart. I thought that would just be perfect, and I wouldn't have to try to find small letters that would work with it. And so now I'm just overlapping that just a hair. Okay. And I think, well, that is kind of all I want, but let's see here. I think I would like to put something on the middle because I like it to be able to open it up and see that there's something on the inside. So let me see what I can put there. I have all these little things. Oh, there's a little rattle. There's a bow. Oh, that rattle's got a bow. Now, when I use this, I will cut some of that out, but I don't do it and then stick it in this because it'll just get bent up otherwise. Okay, there's 3 bows just in case I just decide to use them. Here's one of those little bottles that's got the little detail on them. Okay, here's a bigger rattle just in case I'd like that. There's that. Look at this elephant. He's just adorable. Here's a big bow. Okay, let me try something here. Now if I use this, this must have been cut out from the front because there's a little cutout out of it. But I could do this if I decide to use that. I probably won't say too much, but and then I could stick money right there too, or a check. Let's see. I could do just 3 little bows. Or I could just do a little rattle here and maybe that there. I think I'm going to do that. I like that. I don't know if the glue will come out of my glue bottle. What happened here? Okay, let me stick the pin in that. There we go. Now it sounds like there might be some action. Yep. Okay. And the cute little bottle. And then I'm gonna put the little bow there, just like they just set it there. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day. I will have close-ups at the end, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.